Welcome into Duval Daily, presented by GenJag.com. I'm Jordan DeLuga. Thank you so much for tuning in here on Tuesday, October 29th. We've been having some fun taking a look at the future here because why not, right? I mean, the current state of the Jacksonville Jaguars is a team with a very injured wide receiver group, a team with a defensive coordinator who would rather have his best players off the field on third down than on, would rather have his best interior rusher play an edge. It's a head coach and offensive play caller who play sequencing is certainly become baffling. So, yeah, there's a lot of reasons to be looking ahead at the future because the future could be, and should be very bright. Once the Jaguars finally, Shad Khan decides to make the moves necessary to surround the quarterback and the rest of the talent on this roster with some good coaching, better front office, a group that's in sync. And look, everybody talks about, Trent Baalke, the roster is not as bad as the record, right? I agree with that. It's not. But you have to have an organization that is in sync, that is in lockstep, that it has the same vision. And I do not think you're getting that at all from the top down, whether it be Trent Baalke and Doug Peterson or many others, right? So you got to get guys in here that have the same vision, bottom line. Otherwise, it's not going to work long term. But we're going to talk about today the most enticing reason for a new head coach, new general manager to want to come work in Jacksonville. And that's Trevor Lawrence, who is balling out right now. Absolutely balling out, Trevor Lawrence is. We're going to talk about him and his performances as of late. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. If you enjoy the content here, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You can also check out genjag.com/shop, pick up some new Duval gear, become a channel member here on YouTube. So, Trevor Lawrence. I think overall this season, he's been very good despite, again, some not so great circumstances. Has he been perfect? No. Has any quarterback in the league been perfect? No, absolutely not. I would say so far this year, he hasn't been a top 5 quarterback, but he's been a top 10 quarterback. And again, that's with some real issues around him. So let's just take a look back. Jags have played 8 games, right? They're 2-6. Week 1 at Miami. Trevor Lawrence played a great game. One of the best passes of the year still to this day was when he hit BT on the deep over in the end. I mean, he threw that. Brian Thomas Jr. hadn't even started heading that direction yet. He threw that football, put it in a perfect place. BT went up and got it. He had a great game against Miami. What happened at the end? Doug Peterson took the ball out of his hands for the entire fourth quarter. Absolutely ridiculous decision. Been talking about that for months, right? So great game there. Week 2 against Cleveland. Looked a little nervous back there behind his offensive line. Got to give you that. He absolutely did in the first half. In the second half, he did a good job. I think play sequencing kind of screwed them over with the safety there. I mean, what are we doing here? And at that point, the offensive line had not yet clicked, which it has been playing much better in pass protection. The offensive line has over the last 5 weeks or so. But first few weeks, especially week 2 against Cleveland, that offensive line was abysmal, right? And again, Trevor Lawrence was not perfect in that game. Very, very tough first half. Very good second half, in my opinion. Week 3 at Buffalo, entire team fell apart. Entire team crapped the bed, including Trevor Lawrence. Unacceptable, right? But that's coaching from the top down. I mean, the Jaguars were not prepared to play that football game. Week 4 against Houston, at Houston. He missed a couple shots, no doubt. He did. But still did some really good things in that football game. Still had the Jaguars in positions to win that game late. The Jaguars should have won that game. If their defense could do anything to slow down Nico Collins, that's a win. And look, Houston has a good record right now. They have not been playing their best football offensively. So, like, for the Jaguars defense to struggle the way they did, slowing down that passing attack was really, really embarrassing. And that's no slide against CJ Stroud, Nico Collins, anybody, but that's a team that has a lot of questions on offense right now from a pass game standpoint. Week 5, absolutely balled out against the Indianapolis Colts. Great game. Put up 37 points for that offense. One of his best games of his career. And that is what you expect from Trevor Lawrence against the Indianapolis Colts. That's how it goes for him. Week 6, played really dang well against the Chicago Bears, one of the best defenses in the league. 4 dropped touchdown passes. 2 of those are caught. You're talking about, a competitive ball game where the Jaguars might have a chance to win. Would their defense do what it needed to do at the end of the game to help them win? Probably not. Week 7, played great against the Patriots. Team that just beat the Jets. Jets are not very good. Patriots are not very good, but Christian Gonzalez is a great corner. Like, they have talent still on that defensive side of the ball. They're not playing great, but great game. Did exactly what he needed to do to have the Jaguars playing very good offense in that football game. And then week 8 against the Packers, played really, really well. 27 points against the Packers, over 300 yards passing against the Packers. None of that has been done to that defense this year. Yeah, you can say the turnovers. Look, there was poor spacing on both of those turnovers. Could he have checked it down? I think he could have. But then you also look back at the play sequencing. Okay, you've got Trevor Lawrence, and the primary read is a deep shot in the end, like backed up in your own end zone. Again, play sequencing. Like, give this guy some space, some room to work with here, please. Could he have hit Tank Bigsby on the check down there? I think he probably could have. The timing would have been really close. And then on the fumble later on, I think that he could have hit Evan Ingram. Underneath, probably. But neither of those plays were like super well designed or good plays in the moment, in my opinion. And no one was open on the interception. No one was open. So, and he did have to get rid of the ball pretty much right when he did. He got to maybe hold it on like a quarter second longer, maybe, to get the check down. But, yeah, he played great. I mean, made so many incredible throws and plays, despite not having a lot of his best players out there for a lot of that football game. So you look at what Trevor Lawrence has been doing, especially the last month, but to me, most of the season, he's been darn impressive, again, despite not great circumstances around him. Got to remind y'all to check out Underdog Fantasy for Pick'em. Whole lot more. You can use code DuvalDaily on Underdog's easy-to-use mobile app or UnderdogFantasy.com, and they will give you a free pick to use on your first Cash Pick'em entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. It's currently Boostober on Underdog, where there's a promo to play nearly every day. Tons of options for Jaguars at Eagles. Take a look at Trevor Lawrence. Maybe you want to take a look at Tank Bigsby or Saquon Barkley. Score a touchdown. Underdog has vulture protection to rescue your pick'em. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code DuvalDaily to claim your new customer special of a free pick and your deposit offer. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. That's 1-800-639-8783. Or text NEXT STEP to 53342. New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Thank you so much to Underdog. Supporting our sponsors helps supports us, so make sure to go check out Underdog Fantasy, right? So what is Trevor Lawrence doing really well this year that makes me, so impressed? He is attacking. My goodness. He's attacking and he's limiting turnovers. He has 4 turnovers all year. Right now, he is 4th in the NFL in big-time throws. He is 18th in turnover-worthy plays. So that means, again, he is attacking, and he's attacking at a high clip. He's doing a good job of it. And even though he is in such an attack mode, he's not turning the ball over a ton. He's not putting the ball in harm's way very often. He's currently the highest rated quarterback in the NFL on deep passes of 20 plus yards. And guess what? Same thing last year. No surprises here. And again, only 4 turnovers on the year, despite attacking. He's converting quarterback sneaks, which I don't know why the Jaguars don't do that a little bit more, right? I mean, you've had guys do that their whole career. Help the football team get the job done on 4th down, get the job done on 3rd down. Just do it. He's showing guttiness, athleticism on runs where he gets into space. Against the Patriots, there was one where there was a free runner coming off the left side, just absolutely screaming. He steps up in the pocket, evades left, books it downfield for a big 1st down. I think that was on a 3rd down. Can't remember exactly, but neither here nor there. Great play by Trevor Lawrence. And then you've also got the one here that he scored a touchdown against the Packers. Awesome. Tough running, athletic, full team effort on that one. Was a thing of beauty. He's looked comfortable in the pocket. He's looked comfortable with what he's seeing. I think the one thing you could do a little bit more potentially is check it down just a little bit more in certain situations. But you could also sit here and say, backed up against your own goal line, maybe you shouldn't be running some of these bread and butter plays that opponents like the Packers, who are a smart football team, well-coached football team, know is coming. That concept is something the Jaguars on the interception have done a lot, and it has not worked a lot. So I think you basically look at an offense that got completely outclassed in the first half against Cleveland and embarrassed by Buffalo. And other than that, and a couple missed throws against Houston, Lawrence has been very, very, very good. Like, the dude, again, led his offense to 27 points against Green Bay. Best passing day against the Packers all year. By far. Go look at the numbers. So, for everyone out there that's been throwing shade on Trevor Lawrence, whether it's local media, national media, fans, whatever it is, I say you need to get your head out of the sand and learn some ball. Because Trevor Lawrence is doing some awesome things. Give this guy a halfway competent defensive coordinator. A little bit better play sequencing. Not to mention receivers that don't lead the league in drops year over year, etc. And you have a perennial winner. If you just had one of those things for Trevor Lawrence, you have a quarterback that is leading you to a lot of wins. I think if the Jaguars just had a competent defense right now, they'd be 6-2. They would have beat Cleveland. Look, Deshaun Watson had his only halfway decent game of the year in week 2 against the Jacksonville Jaguars defense. Bottom line. Okay? You should have won that game. Should have beat Miami as well. That one I put more on play sequencing than the defense. Offensive play sequencing. Just going into a shell in the 4th quarter. Again, week 4 against Houston, that defense could not stop anything at the beginning of the game or down the stretch, especially Nico Collins. Week 6 is against the Bears. Pathetic defensive performance. Horrible pass catching in the end zone. And again, against the Packers, against Malik Willis, can't get stops. Jaguars should be 6-2 with some halfway decent defensive play. But they have the worst defense in the league. And that's even more egregious because they're actually good against the run, usually. They were not against the Packers in the second half, but they usually are. So you have a good run defense that just cannot stop the pass. It's embarrassing. It's pathetic. Trevor Lawrence deserves so much more, and I hope he gets it next year. I really do. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. Let me know what you think about Trevor Lawrence, about your franchise quarterback in the comment section below. And don't be telling me the Jaguars need to move on, because even if that's what you want, it's not happening. His extension doesn't even start till after 2026 or 2025, excuse me. So look, he's a franchise quarterback, hard worker, great guy, great quarterback. I'm happy he's in Jacksonville. Really appreciate y'all. Again, let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you enjoy the content, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Also check out genjag.com/shop. Pick up some new Duval gear. Become a channel member here on YouTube. Y'all have a good one.